Hello crafty friends, I'm Lien from Studio Kato and I'm so happy to be back on the Jane's Doodles YouTube channel today. I'm here with a card to remind you to use your tiny stamps that come with your stamp sets, and I am going to combine 3 stamp sets, all of the tiny images. I'm using Spring Picnic, Warm Hugs, and the newest Sleepy Fox stamp set I'll use as well. So 3 stamp sets by Jane's Doodles, and I am going to stamp a bunch of the tiny images onto watercolor cardstock. Now this is a fairly simple card to make. It just takes a little bit of time because I did also spend it fussy cutting out all of those images. The coloring was fairly quick because I kept it simple, and putting it together was also pretty quick, I'd say. I think I spent about an hour and a half on this card, but I do have so many pieces left over. I can probably get one more card and a tag out of these, or a bookmark, so I'm not too worried about spending a little extra time today. I have stamped these in Versamark ink, and I'm embossing them in Wow Gold Rich Pale embossing powder. I haven't used this one in a while, but I really like it. And I'm heat setting that with my Wow Jewel Speed heat tool as well. Now here I have all of the images stamped out. The flowers are from the Spring Picnic stamp set, and the pumpkins from the Warm Hugs and the Sleepy Fox stamp set. And the toadstools and the birds are also from the Sleepy Fox stamp set. I really like the new Sleepy Fox stamp set. I hope you check it out. All of the supplies I used today will be linked in the description below, but let's get on with the coloring. It's really quick and easy, like I said. That is partly why I chose to do watercoloring today. It's really easy to get some variation in your watercoloring if you work quickly, while with markers, it's a little harder to get that same result in the same time. So I am just dropping in some color, then cleaning off my brush and dropping in water and just fading out that color. And you get some tonal variation, some light and dark variation. It's really easy and quick to do. I do go over some of these because some of them turned out a little bit too pale or paler than I liked. So I just go over them. I think I did 2 layers on a couple, but I didn't bother with most of them, to be honest. Mostly the pumpkins and the toadstools, I added a little bit of extra color in a second layer. Now, once these are colored, I mentioned that I am going to fussy cut them out. Again, that I thought it would take a lot more time, to be honest, with all of these tiny pieces. But I think I spent 15 minutes fussy cutting out all of these images, which is very quick for me. Usually I spend an hour fussy cutting this many. I don't know what happened today, but it was really quick to do. So I fussy cut them out, and then I am going to show you my favorite trick. I have recently fallen in love with dark card backgrounds, but I do also love coloring my images on white cardstock. And when I cut them out, I always have that white edge around them because cutting right up to the outline is very hard to do. So to fix this, just grab a marker, or if you only have watercoloring, you can also do this with watercolors. Just grab a color that matches your cardstock closely, your cardstock of the background closely, and just color around your outline. That is going to make it seem as if your images were colored on that background. I am going to glue a piece of dark green cardstock onto my card base, and then I'm going to add my sentiment. These are alphabet dies from Pinkfresh Studio. I completely forgot the name, but I'll make sure it's listed in the description below. This is quite an old set, I think, so I hope it's still available. But if not, there are plenty of alphabet die sets available, so you'll probably find one you love. I die cut this 3 times out of thick white cardstock, layered them all up, and I kept all of those tiny hearts and little bits and pieces inside of those. And then I also die cut it once from matte gold cardstock. One of those satin finish cardstocks, I really like those. and I glued that on top as well, but I let the white details show in the letters. Now I worked pretty quickly from this point on because I wanted to add some pieces like these pumpkins underneath my letters. This was easier to do with the letters already adhered down, but obviously I still had to be able to pry them off the paper a little bit to fit my little elements underneath them. If you work quickly, that's really easy to do. If not, you'll probably have to cut into your images to make them fit beside the letters, because I wouldn't want to fuss with all of these moving pieces if my letters weren't in place already. That seems like too many moving pieces, to be honest. I'm gluing most of them down straight onto the cardstock, but some of them I am just going to prop up onto some foam tape to add a little bit of dimension to all of this and to give them the same height as the letters. That's just going to give a little bit of depth and dimension to this card and spice it up just a tiny bit, because this is quite a simple design. There are a lot of pieces, but in the end it's just a couple of elements around some letters, a sentiment. So it's not too much going on in this card. The background is very plain. So giving a little bit of dimension to a couple of these pieces is going to bring this card to life even more. To finish this little fall scene, I added in a couple of matte gold pearls from Pinkfresh Studio. These just fill in a couple of the empty spots and give a little shine to the card. And that's it. That's my card for today. I really enjoyed making this. I love making cards with a lot of pieces, so I can spend a lot of time arranging my card design. I think that's the most fun sometimes. So I really enjoyed making this today. I hope you liked the card too. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video and leave your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read them. You can also subscribe to the Jane's Doodles channel to stay tuned for more videos. And you can also subscribe to my channel if you want. I will leave that link below as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.